Greetings, children of the screen. Nerds come here. I know I told you I was going to be hitting you guys up with Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again and Defenders, and I will hopefully have those up here after a little bit, but The Newsboy Legion and The Boy Commandos by Howard Chaykin as part of DC's 100th year anniversary, or I'm sorry, 100-year birthday celebration of Jack Kirby. This book was fantastic. Spoiler alert, or whatever. This book is Look, it's got the Kirby crackle. They've all got that at the top of them. It's great. So yeah, he's the illustrator and the writer, and you might know him from varying Batman books, including like Batman Dark Allegiances and Batman Black and White. And he's not as thought of as well, but it should be noted that he put in some very good work on the 90s Flash TV show, which has fallen out of favor here recently, but I still have fond memories of it from back in the day, as it were. So anyway, what is so great about this book is, in this book you're dealing with two different groups of characters who all come from extremely different backgrounds and have kind of been thrown together. And then you have the two groups like mixing and interacting, and what's so fantastic about it is also what makes it a little difficult to read for the first couple of pages, is that each one of these characters is written with a very specific voice. Like, each of them distinctly sounds like the region that the character would have come from in the period that they're playing, which is kind of mid to late World War II, I believe. And it's basically just a story where there are some guys who are smuggling in some tech pieces. And basically the two groups of kids get a whiff of it, and they're trying to track it down, going from like London to New York and all kinds of just cool stuff. It's a really simple, streamlined story, and it's a lot of talking, but it is very indicative of the old school Jack Kirby Boy Commandos stories specifically. And what's weird is, like, I really don't have a whole lot to say about it other than the fact that it's pretty fantastic and you should check it out. Give it a little bit of time. Give it like at least 3 or 4 pages, because it does take a while, almost with like weirdly like the Clockwork Orange book or something like that, where it takes you a little bit to fall into the patterns of speech and the rhythms for each individual character, but whenever you do, they are very distinct and unmistakable, and which then makes it so much easier with the large group to actually follow them all through the story, which is, like, with so many characters in such a short amount of time, they were really able to make them all very distinct and stand out, and most of them remain fairly true to the original kind of Jack Kirby inspiration. And then at the climax of the book is just this great, like, hobbled together kind of Iron Man-esque 1940s dude who's using all this, like, stolen Soviet technology because like, basically I guess he's a Nazi sympathizer, and like, he's under the impression, like, the real enemy is the Russians, and he's like, we should stop fighting the Germans because that's stupid and just go after the Russians, but since you won't do it, then I'll put this suit together and show you all. And like, the attack goes down in like this weird kind of nightclub, which has actually been pre-established, but I can't remember for the life of me where it's established from. It's like the Mystery Men Cantina. Yeah. So the story itself is really great, and it's a really great celebration of Jack Kirby. The artwork's good, the writing's good, and to top it all off, in the back of the book you actually get a really great old school Jack Kirby story. And they've been doing this with a lot of these Jack Kirby celebration books. So yeah, Newsboy Legion and the Boy Commandos Special Number 1. Definitely go pick this up if you love Jack Kirby, or if you love old style war comics. There's definitely a little bit of politics in here, but they walk a fine line where it doesn't feel like they're trying to make like a kind of thinly veiled reference to modern day politics. It seems very indicative of the time and the period, to the point where like at points it does feel like a American propaganda book, but that's kind of the point. Is like when these comics were made at that time, they were very much that, and to completely shy away from it is to be dishonest about the source material and to not fully embrace it for all the like quirky, bizarre, awesome time capsule stuff that it is. So anyway, yeah, Newsboy Legion, Boy Commandos, go pick it up. Has my highest recommendation. Also, I gave Mr. Miracle another read, and like I kind of missed a section of the Mr. Miracle stories whenever I was out of reading comics, and I was kind of checking up on it. And as I've been going back through the Mr. Miracle book, I definitely think I have to improve my recommendation on that. As I reread it, it's definitely better than I gave it credit for. It was just not what I was expecting, and we know how that can skew you, so I just wanted to put that out there as well. Right on, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll still try to have that Deadpool and Defenders, and hopefully the Harley Quinn 25th anniversary issue review up here pretty soon. Laters.